Yo, what up, what up, what up? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey, yo. All right, y'all. So we got a lot to cover today in a little bit of time. I know I didn't go live this morning. I had a lot going on, but we got a lot to cover from the Diddy trials to this recent footage of Megan Thee Stallion coming out. But let's start with the Diddy trials from yesterday and what happened yesterday and what we learned about yesterday. So for those of you who are saying that it wasn't given Rico, y'all are bugging because everything from yesterday's testimony gave Rico. So yesterday on the stand, we had Deante, who is Cassie's former stylist. Now, everybody loved him. They said he was like, gave stylist energy, whatever. But he essentially said that a few things. So one thing is that he said he witnessed Diddy beating Cassie until she was on the floor bloody. And then when he got up off of her, he basically looked at the stylist and another employee and said, "Look what you made me do to her." Right? And so we know it's not a domestic violence case, but it is important that they continue to paint a picture of him as a monster, which to me is clear. But what was actually important though, when we talk about sex trafficking, remember, sex trafficking means that someone was forced or coerced into participating in something that they did not want to participate in. So what he said on the stand yesterday was that he directly witnessed Diddy telling Cassie that if she did not do what he said, that he was going to release the sex tapes that she had made. Now, that is coercion or force. You're trying to blackmail somebody into participating in something that she didn't want to participate in. Now, the other thing that's being said is that Deante said that when he asked Cassie, well, if Diddy released the tapes, wouldn't he implicate himself? She specifically said no because he's not on the videotape. So he essentially forced her to have sex with men on video, even though she didn't want to, and he wouldn't be implicated because he wasn't on the tapes that he threatened to release. So remember, Cassie told us this, but now we have somebody who was a firsthand witness that saw Diddy threaten to release the tape and heard it. And also she said that if the tapes were released, that he wasn't in them, so she would be implicated by herself. So that's one. Now the other thing that he said was that Cassie very clearly said to him that if she didn't participate in whatever Diddy wanted her to participate in, that she was scared for her life, that he was going to physically harm her. That is another way to show force and coercion. So that's just the trafficking alone, right? I feel like they've already hit the nail on the head with the trafficking. Now, for the Rico as it pertains to him, he said that one day on the stand, he said that Diddy came to his home one day because allegedly Cassie was at a party or some sort of event at a hotel. They said Dante, the stylist, knew where she was. Diddy and his henchman, one of his I guess security, showed up at Dante's home, made him. This is very similar to what we heard from Capricorn Clark. Told him that he needed to go with them, took the phone, said that he needed to go with them, and then made him drive them to the party where Cassie was at, or the hotel where Cassie was at. So again, they forcefully entered his home, told him he had no choice, took his phone, and then made him drive to the place where Cassie was, went upstairs, and dragged Cassie out of the party. When Cassie got downstairs, she said she was in fear for her life and that they were threatening to throw her over a balcony. So remember, Rico, organized crime. All you need is more than one person coming together to participate in organized crime. And it has to happen twice within 10 years. This is more than enough evidence to say that it's happened twice in 10 years. It is very sad. And it's hard to have people relive this, especially somebody like Cassie, which, by the way, she had her baby yesterday. So congratulations to Cassie. But this is giving Rico an organized crime and racketeering. Now, the other thing is that he said that he also one time was manhandled by Diddy. Diddy got upset with Cassie and picked him up and started to like physically assault him. And again, organized crime, right? And it was him and his other security guards, or they were calling them henchmen, that participate in this. Okay, so that's that. No, she didn't testify again. She had her baby. This was hers. This was Cassie's stylist, Deante. I forgot his last name. He was on the stand yesterday. So that's that's Deante's part. Now the other part that's important about the Rico. So I told y'all yesterday that the defense team, Diddy's team, tried to call for a mistrial. Now the reason they tried to call for a mistrial is because there was an issue with the fingerprints. They essentially were saying the fingerprints from the day that Diddy allegedly broke into Kid Cudi's home somehow got destroyed through LAPD, but it's not clear how. But when that information was presented yesterday to the jurors, the defense team basically said it should be a mistrial because you don't have the fingerprints. And it also made it seem like the way that they perceived it is like Diddy got the fingerprints, got someone to destroy or get rid of the fingerprints. So they called for a mistrial. Now the judge said no, obviously. And of course they're going to keep trying for a mistrial because really, based on the evidence that they have at hand, like that feels like the only real shot they have at getting Diddy off at this point. But the judge said no to a mistrial. But what he did tell the jury was to strike it from the record. So anything about the fingerprints had to be stricken from the record. However, when LAPD got up there and testified, something that was actually important that they said was that when they went to go respond to the call about Kid Cudi's home being broken into, there was a car that was around the area, a black Cadillac. And the black Cadillac was, oh, sorry, y'all not supposed to see my notes. The black Cadillac was the same black Cadillac that Capricorn Clark said that she was forced to ride in when they went to Kid Cudi's house. The other thing is that they ran the license plate for the black Cadillac because it was in the area and they thought it was suspicious. Then when they were leaving, they saw the same black Cadillac in the area. They ran the license plate and the black Cadillac belonged to guess who? Bad Boy Records, right? So though they didn't have fingerprints to place him at the crime, they did this. It's again, the testimony is all starting to add up. And the prosecution team is a really strong prosecution team. Like people underestimated their ability to be able to fold this into a RICO and a sex trafficking charge. They're actually doing a really good job because at this point, the organized crime, he was with a bunch of people and Capricorn Clark quite literally said she was kidnapped by force and he used a gun. So that's what came of yesterday's testimony. Also, the fingerprints from the break-in went missing, but also they said that the fingerprints from the arson from when Kid Cudi's car was set on fire were the fingerprints of a female, right? So they're trying to dispute that discrepancy. Now, the next thing that came up recently, so there's a few things that came up. Oh, and one more thing. So if y'all remember the guy, the Punisher, the one who said that he was, having these different acts with Cassie while Diddy watched. Now, he publicly went on CNN yesterday and apologized to Cassie because he said he did not know that that's what she was being forced to do at the time. And so he feels like he has to apologize because, he has mothers and sisters and he was raised by women and he would never want someone to do something against their own will. But he alleges that he did not know that she was being forced to do so. So that came out yesterday. Now, today in the trial, they're still talking. Something went on where they said that Prince's security guard, so the legend formerly known as Prince, the bodyguard said, or the ex-assistant says that Prince's security guard had to stop Diddy from attacking Cassie once. So that's important. Also, all these people are talking about attacking Cassie. The other thing is that her former stylist, Cassie's former stylist, Deante, did say that he tried to hook Cassie up with Michael B. Jordan. So remember there's been rumors about why Michael B. Jordan's name was mentioned. He did say he tried to hook her up with Michael B. Jordan. And if you remember, people were saying that Diddy got jealous because of him trying to connect her with Michael B. Jordan. So that's important to know. Now, the other thing that I'm just seeing came out is that Diddy's former assistant, Mia, accused him of essaying her and addresses the relationship with Cassie. So I'm going to read it to y'all directly from what I see from the source. So it says, Mia says, working for Diddy, it was chaotic, it was toxic, it could be exciting. The highs were really high and the lows were really, really low. A list was introduced into questioning. Mia was asked if what the list entailed. She said, "A list of my responsibilities. I sent Tony Biaz Fletcher on November 10th, 2011. Puff said, I don't know what you do all day." On the list, Mia wrote, "Anticipate his moods." So she basically was saying that on her list of things to do every day was anticipate his moods. And she said, and when asked why that was important, Mia said, it dictated the day. I don't know. Oh, sorry, dictated the day. So Mia testified that Diddy has physically and sexually assaulted her multiple times. She said he throws things at me. He's thrown me against the wall, into a pool, ice bucket on my head, slammed my arms into doors, and he SA'd me. She was asked if SA happened more than once. Mia confirmed that he SA'd her more than once. Okay. Mia was asked about how she got the job with Diddy. She said she met a recruiter before being interviewed by Diddy. She said the interview with Diddy took place in his apartment and that Diddy answered the door in his underwear before later putting on more clothes. So she found out from it through a recruiter, and then he answered the door in his underwear for the interview. Mia said that she wasn't allowed to leave Diddy's homes without permission. She recalled leaving one night in 2009 or 2010 after Combs had fallen asleep. "Once I left at 2 a.m. after he was asleep, I got in big trouble." She added that Diddy did not allow her to lock her bedroom door. Mia recalled, "He said, 'It's my house. No one locks my doors in my house.'" So she was forced to stay in his home consistently and was not allowed to lock doors in his house. That sounds crazy. Mia said she launched Revolt Film Production Company with Diddy, separate from Revolt TV. She said she ran part of the company for a while before officially receiving a title. She described her experience as overwhelmingly awesome, adding it was her dream. Mia revealed that despite her new role, she still handled some assistant duties. Her salary in this role started at $70,000. That's all he was paying these people, $70,000. Remember, Capricorn Clark said she was making $60,000 to work day and night for this man, and later it increased to $100,000. She said they were supposed to get bonuses, which she never received. $70,000 for all of this, bugging out. Mia spoke about the time she witnessed Diddy get violent with Cassie in her apartment. Mia said Cassie and Deante were in Cassie's apartment when Diddy came in banging on the door, very irate. Mia says Diddy began asking Cassie if she had been drinking after not answering his calls. Mia says the questions that then came at her and Deante. He was crazy aggressive, Mia said. She said Diddy then attacked Cassie, threw her to the ground. She said me and Deante jumped and tried to step in when asked what did she do. And she said Deante is very small in comparison to Puff. There was a little tornado going on. He had Deante in a position where I was scared he was going to kill him. Again, another person admitting that they were scared that somebody was going to get killed. Mia said, "So I jumped on Puff and he threw me off against the wall. I felt like I was in slow motion. I realized we were in big danger. He ran into the bedroom and grabbed Cass. Under her bed in this wood bed platform, he slammed her head into the corner." Jesus Christ. She testified the blood was gushing from Cassie's head. She says once the attack stopped, Diddy told Mia to help set up an appointment with the plastic surgeon to fix the gash on Cassie's head and to say Cassie fell while drinking. This is insane. When asked if she ever called the police after witnessing multiple instances of violence by the hands of Diddy, she said, "I believe Puff's authority was above the police. This was before social media and Me Too. There were no examples of people standing up. I thought it was under confidentiality deal with Puff's business." Mia was asked about how Diddy responded to finding out she was dating Kid Cudi. She said he seemed heartbroken. It was ominous. I never witnessed Cass to do something to really cause him to be upset. I felt something bad would happen. Mia was asked what her role was in the hotel nights while working for Diddy. Mia said she would sometimes take them to the hotel, unpack and set up. Everybody was unpacking for these freak offs, by the way, and clean up before housekeeping. Mia said that she would bring the Astroglide candles and some of the cheap Glade candles without a label on it. They had to be white. So it sounds like he was very particular in how it was set up, and she sounded like she played an intricate role. And he also allegedly assaulted her. He was essaying everybody, which is crazy, which is why also I believe a lot of the civil lawsuits are true. So that's it for the Diddy trials right now. Obviously, there's more to come after we finish hearing from all the testimony today. But Mia is supposed to be one of the most important testimonies alongside Deante and alongside Capricorn Clark. And if they're hitting this heavy, this hard, this is supposed to go until July 5th. Just imagine what's going to come out of the woodworks in the coming weeks. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's about to get crazy. But essentially, I feel like they're well on their way to proving the Rico charge. And I feel like I heard somebody saying that if it's just trafficking and all it was that he was moving people across state lines to pay them for sex, that he would only get time served because that's only about 9 months. So I think they're really coming out hard at this Rico charge, but we'll see, and more to come. But that's so far in the Diddy case. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, and y'all already know where I'm going with this, is Megan Thee Stallion. So everyone is acting surprised because footage has been released since, I guess today, of Megan Thee Stallion, the body cam footage of Megan Thee Stallion when she told the police that she stepped on glass. So I'm going to play the audio for us, and then we're going to talk about it, and then I'm going to play another audio. So.
What's that? Do you think we can go to jail? I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I really cannot go to jail. Okay. I cannot have that on my image. Okay. So how did that happen to you? Glass? Where? Where we were coming from. I'm not from here, so okay. I think you shot. Oh, you did it? I mean, no,
So she says in the video, are we going to go to jail? This is not good for our image. So clearly she already set up that something else happened, and they asked her, how did you get shot? So we've already discussed this, but now let me just play this interview from Gayle King that we've already heard where she addressed why she said she stepped on glass.
For some reason, I was just trying to protect all of us because I didn't want them to kill us. Just trying to protect.
Originally told
Here's what she said in the Gayle King.
For some reason, I was just trying to protect all of us because I didn't want them to kill us. Like, even though this person just did this to me, my first reaction still was to try to save us. Like, I didn't want to see anybody die. So I just said, I stepped on glass. So when I see people trying to use that against me, like trying to act like I'm lying, oh, she stepped on glass, she never got shot. I'm the one who said I stepped on glass. I was lying to protect all of us. And sometimes I wish I really would have never said that.
Now, let me also be clear. Even if she didn't say this out loud, here's where this gets messy, because the reason they released the body cam footage, because they released this as though it's new evidence, because they want to use it in court that she has said that she didn't step on glass. Let's be crystal clear. It was already admitted into court, which her attorneys has shared with us several times, and if you look at the court records, that's also shared. She has said several times that she didn't step on glass, and she shared why she said she stepped on glass. But here's why this is not good, solid evidence and makes no sense, because this is Amber Rose and that lady, that congresswoman, trying to get Tory out of jail. The reason that this doesn't make sense is because their argument for Tory not being in jail is that they are saying that Kelsey is the one that shot Megan. So either way you spin it, a video of her saying she stepped on glass from body cam footage doesn't do anything for us because they already are saying that the reason that Tory Lanez shouldn't be in jail is because Kelsey is the one that shot her. So if Kelsey shot her, then how could it be that you're trying to use her saying she stepped on glass as the thing that is evidence? Also, again, none of this is new evidence. This is why I truly believe that they're so not even intelligent. They're not even doing their due diligence to see what is already out there. Because you simply could have looked to find what was already out there. She's explained time and time again that she didn't step on glass and why she said it. And they've also already used this in court. This has all been published in court. And let's be clear, a doctor also got on the stand and said that he surgically removed bullet fragments from her foot. So a surgeon got on the stand and said that. Everybody is going so hard, but we still haven't seen any medical documentation that Tory Lanez was actually stabbed. Y'all needed to hear from a doctor under oath say he removed bullet fragments. They showed x-rays. He showed the doctors, the records, all of that. It's already been shown that she was shot. So if Tory is saying that he wasn't the one that shot her, then how are you now saying that this video is evidence that she didn't get shot? Which one is it? Did Kelsey shoot her or did she not get shot? It's not making sense. And this is all really ridiculous. And it's all at the hands of Amber Rose. You know why? Because Amber Rose doesn't like black women. This is not a credible source because Amber Rose, and she's doing interviews advocating for why she thinks that Tory Lanez should not be in jail. And it's like, why are we doing interviews with Amber Rose? Amber Rose is not a credible source for anything. She's not in the industry. She's not anyone special. She doesn't have any connection to hip hop at this point. She's just people's baby mothers in the industry, and that's it. And by people, I mean she's Wiz Khalifa's baby mother, and Wiz Khalifa really don't hold no weight in the industry now anyway. So why are we still talking to her? Why are we still talking to that lady? She doesn't even think she's black. We need to move on from this. So that's that on the Megan Thee Stallion case. And I truly believe that these are people who just want to see her be harassed. And I think this is Amber Rose being jealous because Amber Rose is a hater. And so I think Amber Rose is doing all of this because she's a hater. So let's pack that up. I just wanted to play the audio so that we could all be clear that she's always stated that she said she stepped on glass because she didn't want them to get killed. And it happened right after the George Floyd incident. So really, there's not much to talk about. Now, Amber Rose did do an interview with Cuomo, the Governor Cuomo's brother, on whatever station he's on. I'm not going to play that because I don't think Amber Rose deserves any playtime, and I don't think her voice needs to be in this conversation. I actually think she needs to sit this one out, and we need to keep throwing a million rotten tomatoes at her because she doesn't deserve anything. Okay? And so that's where we're at with that. And then there was one more thing. Oh, I have to say this and then I'm going to end for today. But the fact that Offset is requesting spousal support from Cardi B, City Boys been down by 10,000. City Boys are so down because Offset requesting spousal support from the mother of his kids and his ex-wife, this is embarrassing. I haven't even gotten to make a video about this because I'm so embarrassed by this. Why, what would make you do that? What kind of broke N-word stuff is this that you asking for spousal support? This is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And I truly feel like this is all because she's dating old boy and his feelings are hurt. And so he's being a bitter baby daddy. So that's that on that. Sorry I was late today, and y'all probably hear my dad in the background. I had to go pick my dad up from the airport, but sorry I was late today. I love y'all, so I hope y'all enjoyed the afternoon coffee. Again, if you're not following me on YouTube, you're wasting your time. You should be following me on YouTube because that's where I post all of the videos. If you missed anything, make sure you go follow the YouTube. The link is in the bio. Love y'all. Be safe, and we'll be back at it tomorrow morning.